The key selling point of XP mode is its tight integration with Windows 7. At first blush, this may seem limiting. For example, on our Core i7 Extreme base test system, which was equipped with 6 gigs of RAM and an AMD Radeon HD 4890 graphics card, we noticed that the best graphics setting we seemed to get with XP was 1440 by 900 and 16-bit color, no less. Not only are they making you use virtualization to run XP stuff, they're not even doing it right. This is actually a little deceptive because you can run in other modes depending on the app you're running in XP. For example, the clipboard is shared and there's no confusion about mouse or keyboard focus. You can navigate seamlessly as well as cut and paste from documents in one OS to the other. Now that, I will admit, is a good feature. I'm glad that they thought to include that. Jesus Christ, thank you. When integration mode is on, it's enabled by default. It's very easy for users and system administrators to create encapsulated applications. When you install an application in XP mode and copy the launch shortcut for the app to the XP mode folder, see Documents and Settings / All Users / Start Menu / Programs, that icon is now available in Windows 7 Start Menu. Wow. You can then place it on your desktop if you like to clutter it up. For example, we had Internet Explorer 6. Internet Explorer 6! Running on the virtual machine. Some older web-based applications still work better with IE6 than more current browsers. Well, that's just the case. If somebody is so goddamn lazy that their stuff works better with IE6 than modern-day operating systems, I'm never going to use their fucking shit again. Get off your lazy fucking asses and make it work with something new. Let's see. So using IE6 in a virtual machine improves security. When you run the encapsulated IE6, it just looks like another window on your Windows 7 desktop. So when you run it encapsulated, it looks like they have took everything, every single idea that Windows or that virtual machine or VMware has had. They've took every single idea that Parallels has had on the Mac side for the Mac. Parallels and VMware. They've took every single idea they've had, stole it, and put it into their virtual PC application. If you want to install an app under XP mode, you don't have to run the virtual XP system normally. Setup behaves as it always does. Once the app is set up, you then drag the launch icon to the Documents and Settings / All Users / Start Menu / Programs folder to make it available as an encapsulated app in the host OS. Now see, this is just getting more confusing by the minute. What's really cool is what happens when you save a file. The game's saved file actually saves in Windows 7, not in the virtual machine. So that's even more confusion. So when you save a file under Windows XP, it's really going to store it in Windows 7. While virtualized access to graphics hardware isn't supported, XP mode does support virtualized access to optical drive. Whoopoo! Optical drives! Yay! Some types of copy protection even work. Copy protection? Works? On Windows? Are you kidding? No way. They found a way to make that fucking work, didn't they? VirtualBox is another free virtual machine package developed by Sun Microsystems, and I'll admit Sun knows her shit. VirtualBox is an open source project and has all the bells and whistles you might expect. Unlike Windows Virtual PC, VirtualBox supports virtualized access to 3D hardware. VirtualBox installs as a virtual machine tabula rasa. There's no pre-configured OS, and as there is with Windows XP mode. If you want to run Windows XP, you'll need a licensed copy of XP plus either a Windows XP CD or ISO file. You can configure the VM to boot from the physical optical drive or an ISO file, allowing for normal Windows setup to proceed. You have to go through the entire Windows setup exercise with VirtualBox. In other words, they're saying if you want to run XP and virtualization, don't use fucking XP mode. Go out and get Sun Microsystems VirtualBox and do it that way. VirtualBox rules, and I recommend it over any kind of virtualization that Microsoft has. If you want a virtualized XP, go get VirtualBox, buy you a copy of XP, use your old copy of XP, and do it that way. Don't do what you want. Okay, do what you want. When you first run Windows XP under VirtualBox, you need to worry about how the mouse and keyboard are captured, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to worry about how VirtualBox acts. I'm just going to go through this, see. VirtualBox works well enough with Windows 7. It says it's not quite as seamless as the name implies. Occasionally, the two operating systems will get confused, as you can see here, with both the XP and Win7 desktops are kind of intermingled. When it works, it simply runs Windows XP apps from the XP taskbar. The window for the app runs, and it appears as if it's running natively. You still know you're running in a virtual machine, but it's more transparent than just running a Windows XP virtual machine in a window with the application constrained to that window. Problem with this approach is that the user is still aware to some extent that they're running XP in a different kind of way. The only thing you're all doing is making us buy Windows 7 and letting us stick with the software we really need. Okay, you can stick with XP since it's what you really need, but we need you to buy Windows 7 this time, because if you don't buy Windows 7 this time, we're really fucked. So please, go ahead and buy Windows 7 because you can still use your XP shit. We promise. Okay, look, I'm running out of time here, so I'm gonna have to let this thing go. I can pick it up later in the next video because there's tons more to go over. Okay, but what a joke! Windows 7 XP mode, epic fucking fail. OS 10.